This is a video tutorial on how to manage and develop quizzes and examinations on StudySmart. This video will show how a lecturer can provide feedback to students on the results of a quiz or an examination. To provide feedback to students on an assessment, quiz, or examination assessment, you do that through the actual quiz itself. Now, remember that you do have to have the role of being right down here, an editing teacher, and make sure that you turn the editing on. You'll note that none of the icons are available now, but as soon as I turn the editing on, by clicking here, I now get the icons up that allow me to put new elements in. In this case, in quiz number 3, it's going to allow me to preview the exam and also view the questions and add feedback from them. Now what I'll do is I'll come here and click on quiz number 3. And what I do is I don't use this. I go over here to the left under Quiz Administration. And there's a heading called Edit Quiz. And I'll click on that. And it will show me all the questions that are currently in the quiz. Now I've already pre-populated a couple of questions. To provide feedback or give feedback to the questions and the exam question itself and the answers, what you can do is click here on the Edit Questions button. And it'll give you the question. It'll then tell you the answers. And in this case, I've already provided general feedback. Remembers that, well, actually it's a typo, which I'll take out. Remember that factors A and B must always be commensurate when calculated. The correct answer is false. And under the false feedback, the direct feedback, A and B are always collectively exhaustive when co-valued with P. And I'll add a full stop onto it. And I'll save those changes. And what will happen is when the quiz is taken, the student will actually receive this feedback. And on question number 6, I've already pre-populated it with some feedback. The collection of all possible events is called sample space. I'll come down. The general feedback is this. I'll add just a pair of quotation marks on that. The correct answer is true. And actually, in this case, what I've done is on the wrong answer, I've also provided feedback. Remembers typo. So if the student gets this wrong, they're going to get this feedback on their incorrect answer. And I'll save those changes. And I'll go to question 4, which I haven't pre-populated. And it's actually a little, essentially a case study where we're reading the results here of essentially of a case study, and it's giving us what statistically independent means. So in this case, my general feedback is going to be, I can copy and paste that in, and I'll say that statistical independence is a requirement for statistical analysis. So that will be the general feedback given to all students who undertake the quiz, and that'll be the feedback for this question. The actual correct answer is false. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that in and say the two events are not statistically independent. They are statistically dependent. I'll save those changes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to return to the exam. Now what I've done is I've gone in, I've added both general feedback, and I've also provided direct feedback in regards to the answers. Now I'll save those changes. I haven't made any, but I'll save them anyways. I'll return to the assessment. I'll turn the editing off. And I'm going to undertake the quiz. Now I'll attempt the quiz. Tells me I'm going to start the attempt, yes. And I'm simply going to start answering the questions. 2, here's the beer liking. I'll say that it is false. I'm going to say that's true. I'll click on this one and say it was false. Make that true. Make that true. False. True. And finish the quiz. Do next. Now I come up with it, it tells me that I've saved, I've taken the quiz. I'll submit all, submit the question, submit the quiz. Note that this results page for the quiz or examination will only appear to the students after the quiz or exam has been analyzed and essentially graded and reviewed by the lecturer. The link to this web page is then sent to the student, who can then go in and look at the results of their quiz or examination. So when they finish their exam, they don't receive this immediate feedback. They'll receive their feedback through a link that's provided to them through StudySmart after the quiz or assessment has been reviewed by the lecturer. My setup is giving me this feedback. You'll see here on question number 2, I've got that feedback. Here we are on question number 6, the feedback that I put in. Question number 10. Here's the other feedback that I've gotten in. Remember that it jumbled the questions, so that's why they're not the order that they were done originally. So you can see that when the quiz results come through, the student will actually see all of this feedback provided to them, including both general feedback and specific feedback.